Good morning, friends. Today we shall discuss about capital adequacy ratio usually calculated by the bank. Before going to discuss with the CAR, I will get you some idea about the financial analysis. Yes, financial analysis refers to critical examination of various components of income and expenditure account and statement of affairs. Yes, you see, financial statements can be analyzed by using various techniques. One of the important techniques of financial analysis is ratio. Okay, by using ratio, we can analyze the financial statements. Yes, what is ratio? Ratio is a tool to study the relationship between two variables. Right? If you want to study the relationship between the two variables, then that can be studied by using the ratio analysis. As I told you, the variables are the two factors relationship can be studied by using ratios. Right? ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಎರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅವೆರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟು ಇಂಟರ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್, ದ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ must be interrelated, then only we can study the relationship between the two variables. Yes, I think you have understood the meaning of ratio. It's very simple. Ratio is a technique or ratio is a tool to measure the relationship between two variables. Right? Here, capital adequacy ratio. Okay, in brief, it is called as CAR. Capital adequacy ratio is calculated by the bank. You see, CAR is also known as capital to asset ratio. The capital of the bank is compared to the assets of the bank. Okay, to know the relationship between capital and assets of the bank, we calculate C, capital adequacy ratio. Yes, CAR measures how much capital does a bank possess or that the bank has to meet its total credit risks. Friends, to make it very simple, write bank here in the middle, then left side capital and right side assets. Yes, the main business of the bank is mobilize the amount from the public by way of the deposit. This is bank's capital. Okay, once the money is collected from the public by way of deposits, that money will be invested by the bank in some assets. Okay, maybe bonds, maybe debentures, okay, like that. So that these assets of the banks are exposed to risks. Okay, that's why the bank assets like loans, investments, bond, mortgages are exposed to marketable risks. Hence, CAR is used to protect the depositors by keeping certain percentage of capital. ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಂದ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ನ ನೀವು ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸು ಅವು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಲೋನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅದು ಲೋನ್ ರಿಕವರ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ some percentage of capital to protect the deposit of the bank. Clear? So ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕು ಇಷ್ಟು ಕನಿಷ್ಠ ಪಕ್ಷ RBI ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಬಾಸೆಲ್ 3 ನಲ್ಲಿ 9% ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಡೆಕ್ವಸಿ ರೇಷಿಯೋನ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದರ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸು ಸಪೋಸ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರಿಸ್ಕಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಕೆಲವು ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಬಂದರೂ ಸಹ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾಂಪನ್ಸೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ 9% ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಡೆಕ್ವಸಿ ರೇಷಿಯೋವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯು ಸಿ yeah, percentage of capital to meet its assets risk. Yes, CAR is calculated by dividing the capital, yes, dividing a bank's capital by its risk-weighted assets. Yes, the calculation of capital adequacy ratio is very simple. This is the ratio between the capital and assets. Yes, the bank's capital is divided by the total risk, yeah, of weighted assets. Okay, so capital na ಈ weighted risk assets ಇಂದ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ 1% ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಡಕ್ವಸಿ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಎಸ್, ಸಿ, as per Basel III, the RBI currently prescribes a minimum capital of 9% risk-weighted assets, which is higher than the international prescribed percentage of 8%. You see, yes, Basel III clearly gives direction to the RBI. Okay, according to the Basel III norms, RBI prescribes minimum capital of 9% risk-weighted assets. ಕನಿಷ್ಠ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 9% ನಮಗೆ ಏನದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ 9% is yes generally more than the what we call yes higher than the international percentage of yes CA or 8%. Yes, in India most of the banks have capital adequacy of yes CR is more than 12%. Minimum percentage 9%. ಆದರೆ most of the banks follow 12% of CAR. Yes. Now we shall calculate capital adequacy ratio. This is the formula of calculation of capital adequacy ratio. You see, tier 1 capital plus tier 2 capital divided by risk weighted assets. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಟೈರ್ 1 ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್, ಟೈರ್ 2 ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್, ದಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಲೇಟರ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಟೈರ್ 1 ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟಿಯರ್ 2 ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ divided by weighted assets. Yeah, tier 1, tier 2. Yes. CAR is calculated by dividing a bank capital by its risk-weighted assets. ಈಗ ನೋಡೋಣ ಟಿಯರ್ 1 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಟಿಯರ್ 1 ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಇಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್. Equity share capital, different types of share capital ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. Yes, equity share capital, then intangible assets, audited reserves. Okay, equity share capital, intangible assets and audited reserves and revenues. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಟೈರ್ 1 ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ನ ಯಾವ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗೆ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ? ಟೈರ್ 1 capital is used to absorb losses and does not require a bank to cease its operation. Tier 1 capital is preferably used by the bank to maintain the bank operation smoothly. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ನಿಲ್ಲಬಾರದು ಅನ್ನೋ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಟೈರ್ 1 ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Tier 1 capital is easily available to meet losses suffered by a bank without it being required to stop operation. At any condition, the operation of the bank should not be stopped. That's why Tier 1 capital is used. I hope you understand the formula of capital adequacy ratio and Tier 1 capital. Stop. Yes, I hope you have understood Tier 1 capital. Tier 2 capital includes unaudited retained earnings. Retained earnings, have you heard retained earnings? Any profit retained by the bank, okay, in the previous year. That is called retained earnings. If it is not audited, then it becomes unaudited retained earnings, then undisclosed reserves, any reserves which are not revealed or disclosed by the bank, avana tier 2 capital ತಗೋಬೇಕು. Next one is hybrid securities and general loss reserves. These are the components of tier 2. Once again I will repeat. Tier 2 capital includes unaudited retained earnings, undisclosed reserves, hybrid securities and general loss reserves, etc. Yes. For what purpose? Yes, another one, tier 3 capital, this is recently included, that is short-term subordinated loans. If any subordinated loan given is the problem, kindly include that component in the tier 2. Now let us see, for what purpose this tier 2 capital is used. Yes, tier 2 capital is used to absorb losses in the event of winding up or liquidation of the company. Tier 1 capital is used, okay, to maintain or to continue the operation of the business. Similarly, tier 2 capital is used, yes, by the company to absorb the losses in the event of winding up or liquidation of the company. ಕಂಪನಿ ಮುಚ್ಚತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ tier 2 capital ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ. Yes, here now we shall discuss about the denominator of the CAR formula. Yes, numerator capital tier 1 capital plus tier 2 capital divided by risk weighted assets. Now let us see, what are risk weighted assets? Include credit risk, market risk and operational risk. Any risk may take place, okay, during the operation of the business, okay. Then there may be credit risk, okay, next one is market risk and operational risk. ಈ ಮೂರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ risk weighted assets ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು calculate ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Now we shall solve a simple problem on capital adequacy ratio. Okay, you see, this is the problem. Yes, from the following particulars can calculate capital adequacy ratio. Yes, State Bank of India rupees in crores. Tier 1 capital is this much, tier 2 capital is this much. Next, credit risk, then operational risk, then market risk are given one by one. Right? Every information is given. Tier 1 capital, tier 2 capital. The total amount of tier 1 and tier 2 capital comes to rupees 2,52,243. Right? Following me? Right. Next. Yeah, risks. Credit, operational and market risks. The total of these risks comes to 19,35,270. Right? Yes. Now we shall calculate capital adequacy ratio by using the formula. The formula of CAR is very simple. Tier 1 capital plus tier 2 capital divided by risk weighted assets. Right. Tier 1 and tier 2 capital comes to 2,52,243 and risk weighted assets comes to rupees 19,35,270 multiplied by 100. So the percentage, the resultant figure is 13%. Yes, State Bank of India has maintained 13% of capital adequacy ratio, which is more than the standard ratio of 9%. Right? Standard ratio is 8%. Give me chances. Standard ratio is 9% and actual capital adequacy ratio is 13%. So that you can conclude this, State Bank of India has better capital, maintain better capital adequacy ratio. Right. Having enough capital to meet risk weighted assets. Yes. Now let us solve one more problem to understand the calculation of capital adequacy ratio. Yes. Yes. This is the problem. These are the particulars and exposures, assets exposures and risk. Weighted risks. You see, there are some assets here. First one, government treasury asset bears no risk at all. This asset, okay, not bearing any risk. Second one, loans to corporates. How much amount? 15 lakhs. Yes, there is a risk at the rate of 10% here. Similarly, another asset, loans to small business, 8 lakhs. This risk exposed at the rate of 20% of market risk. Similarly, yes, guarantees and others 6 lakh. This asset is also subject to the risk at the rate of 10%. Okay? You see, next, the bank tier 1 capital is rupees 20,000 and tier 2 capital is rupees 30,000. Yes. Yeah, national regulators requires CAR of 9%. Find out the position of the bank in this regard. Now let us solve this problem. Tier 1 capital and tier 2 capital is given in the problem. By using this information, we have to calculate capital adequacy ratio. Stop. This is the calculation of capital adequacy ratio. See, first column particulars column, second column exposures of asset, then percentage of risk and the amount of risk at the end of the last column. You see, there are 4 types of assets. Okay, assets of the bank. Let us see to what extent they are exposed to the risk. First one, government treasury 1,50,000 and this asset is not exposed to any risk. Okay, no risk at all. Then come to second one, loans to corporates. Yes, the bank has sanctioned 15 lakhs rupees towards loans to corporates. Then this is at the risk of 10%. 10% of 15 lakh comes to 1,50,000. Then the third one, loans to small business of rupees 8 lakh, which is exposed to 20% of risk. Then the total risk comes to 1,60,000, 20%. And the last one, guarantees and others. Okay, yes, the amount is 6,000, which is exposed to 10% of risk. 10% of 6 lakhs comes to 60,000 rupees. When you total all these, you get 3,70,000 rupees. This is the total weighted risk of assets. Right? Yes, calculation of CAR is like this. This is the formula. Tier 1 capital plus tier 2 capital divided by risk-weighted assets. Risk-weighted assets. Right. Tier 1 capital and tier 2 capital is given in the problem. Tier 1 capital is 20,000 and tier 2 capital is 30,000 and the risk-weighted asset is 3,70,000 as we calculated here. Right? Now, add these two, tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 1 is 20, tier 2 is 30,000. The total capital from tier 1 and tier 2 50,000, which is divided by risk weighted assets 3,70,000 into 100. 13%. Yes, this bank has 13% of capital adequacy ratio as compared to the standard ratio of 9%. So, standard ratio CAR standard ratio is 9%, whereas actual CAR is 30%, which is more than the standard, percent of capital adequacy ratio. So with this, we can conclude that this bank is financially strong in order to meet the capital effectively. Okay, I hope you understand this problem. This is very simple. First column, particulars column meant for various assets, okay, of the bank. Second column, the amount of asset. Next one is risk rate, and last one is the amount of risk exposed by the bank. Formula is capital adequacy ratio is equal to tier 1 capital plus tier 2 capital divided by risk weighted assets. So this is how we have to calculate capital adequacy ratio of the bank. Thank you.